Howdy, everybody. Happy Friday. It's the second Friday of January, is it? I don't know. I'm making shit up.
I think you mean like the second Friday of 2026.
Of 22. Yes, that
I
is.
feel like that's more important than January.
of the new year.
But you're wrong.
I'm wrong? It's the third?
The 3rd.
Oh, Jesus.
It's the 3rd.
Ignore me.
It's the 16th.
Oh, 16th this is coming out? Oops.
The January 2nd was the first Friday.
Makes sense.
Mhm.
Anyways, if you're watching on YouTube, we are still in Kat's place.
We'll be here for a little while.
We will be here for a little while. We are unsure how long our RV is going to take to be repaired, but we have a different guest with us today.
Yep. Rockstar.
Miss Luna, the Queen Luna.
She's got a new hammock and new place. So if you're on YouTube, you're checking her out. You're watching her. You guys are listening on Spotify. Just picture a couch and windows and a cat and hammock.
That's pretty much it.
That's pretty much it. And if you want to see, come swing over to YouTube. If it's your first time, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Help us out. We're heading towards 19,000 subscribers.
Please do.
And
Anyways,
smash the like button.
We're back to our usual schedule. Denver will be participating in the readings this week.
I'm still a little bit sick, but I will do my best. It's a lot better than last time we filmed.
Good. I'm glad.
Yeah.
Well,
Teresa doesn't have as much work to do.
I know. That was actually rough.
You actually had to work.
I worked.
You had to put in overtime.
You better work, bitch.
Oh, okay.
TikToks.
Teresa and her TikTok settings.
Okay, shall we just get into it?
Let's go.
You, me?
You can go first. If anybody's new, this is ThreadTalk podcast, and we go through the best categories. Am I the asshole? Am I overreacting? Relationship advice. And we filter through the most top upvoted stories are going to be read from each category. So these are the best of this week. So you're in for a good treat. And Teresa and I are both blind reacting on the Friday episodes.
Woo, I'm ready.
Let's go. You go first.
All right. This one comes from AITAH, posted 7 days ago with 20,000 upvotes.
Damn.
Am I the asshole for spilling hot sauce on my sleeves and teaching my nonverbal cousin not to bite? Okay. Before you say anything, it was just Tapatio, not ghost pepper or scotch bonnet or anything. I have a 4-year-old cousin that is nonverbal. He is a reasonably good kid, but he bites. And since I'm the oldest, non-adult, whenever our families get together, I'm the designated childcare for all the kids, including him. He bit me over the summer. He bit me at Thanksgiving and Christmas. He has bitten me many times. So I've been wearing my jean jacket around him for protection. Nobody else will do anything to help me, so I help myself. New Year's Eve, I spilled a bunch of Mexican hot sauce on the sleeves and cuffs on my jacket. He bit me. Then he stopped really fast and started screaming. Everyone came to check on him, but he wasn't hurt. He finally settled down. I washed my jacket and didn't say anything. My aunt came over yesterday and I wore my jacket. He settled down and played. He didn't bite me. I told a friend of mine what I did and she said I was wrong for doing that. I don't know. He needed to stop and my aunt wasn't doing anything. I am 16 female, by the way.
Oh, damn. Good job.
I respect it. As a 16-year-old,
When you're 16,
you don't know any better.
Like if this was like a 28-year-old,
I could see it being
like
different.
a full adult, and you're like, I put hot sauce so the annoying kid wouldn't.
Yeah.
You're like, but when you're 16,
I think I respect it.
pretty good way to deal with it. It's a little mean, but she's like, it's not ghost pepper. She didn't fuck him up big time. Just a little bit.
Andrew is having hot sauce, right?
Yeah, Andrew's eating some hot sauce. He loves it.
Not even 2, and they're giving him hot sauce, and he loves it.
Yeah,
So it's not like babies are. I'm not gonna say babies, but it's not like kids can't handle it. There are kids that like it. I think it's like at 4 years old. I know that's young, but I think it's still tolerable.
Yeah.
It's not like it's unbearable.
It's not like they give him the one chip challenge. It's not like she give him the one chip challenge type of thing.
Yeah. So
I'm surprised she was willing to spray hot sauce onto her leather or jean jacket.
Right? I would be worried about that.
Staining. But what?
A wash isn't gonna I was just thinking about the smell.
Yeah.
Hot sauce smells.
Right?
I don't know. Me personally, I wouldn't do it, but she's 16 and she probably didn't buy it herself,
It's actually kind of genius though, because he can't rat her out. He's nonverbal. So he can't be like, it's hot,
I
it's
totally
spicy.
missed
Like,
that.
that's why I'm crying. I'm crying because I bit her jacket. Now my mouth's on fire. So it's
Wait, I missed that part.
kind of genius, but also,
Wait, I think that makes it worse.
does that make it worse because
That
he
makes it
can't communicate
worse.
what happened?
Wait.
Kind of, because he bites it, it gets hot, he starts crying, they go to coddle him, and nobody knows why.
I thought he just like didn't say anything because he wasn't supposed to bite.
No,
Like,
he's nonverbal.
yeah,
Because that's why you're having the biting issue. You can't. I don't know. Like, I don't know anything about nonverbal, but
neither do I.
do they? If they can't, even though they don't talk, can they listen? Like when you say "don't bite people," I guess.
I mean, I think so.
But he hasn't been listening. He's been biting still. I don't know.
Damn.
I'm not gonna recommend anybody do this, but
Sometimes it's okay to be the asshole.
sometimes it's okay to be the asshole. Like he keeps biting you, and the ant's not doing anything to help
Yeah.
you. So it's not okay for him to keep biting you. You found a solution that didn't permanently hurt him. You didn't hit him. You didn't smack him with a belt. You didn't get the ruler out across his palms. You found hot sauce. It's kind of genius, especially the fact that he can't tell on you. This is kind of messed up. Also, she says that he came over again and I wore my jacket. He didn't bite me. Now he's scarred for the jacket. Now she
Yeah.
doesn't need to keep putting hot sauce on. She just needs to wear that jacket and it's like bite proof. He sure learned a lesson though.
Yeah. I don't know how I feel about this. Like,
I'm mixed.
I still think hot sauce isn't the worst thing, I guess. Like, especially, I think, like, I don't know what brand Tapatio is, but, like, I'm imagining something like Cholula.
Just like a mild
like,
one.
so not harmful, but at the same time, doing it to someone who's nonverbal and can't communicate,
That's also kind of cruel.
I think that's a little bit cruel.
Yeah,
I think that's super cruel. But,
I don't know.
like you said, like, if it was an adult, I think there would be different repercussions.
But she's 16.
Yeah.
So I feel like she's like, yeah.
Okay, so top comment says, not the asshole, and I am proud of you for coming up with something simultaneously villainous, educational, and harmless. I do not think I would have come up with such a neat solution at that age.
Right? Exactly. And it is kind of harmless.
Like, she was self-aware in the fact that it wasn't ghost pepper, it wasn't Scotch bonnet. So
She's like just a little mild.
yeah.
Just a little bit here. Yeah. Kind of genius.
Okay. Well, it looks like, yeah, the consensus is not the asshole, so
Yeah.
I think I'm okay with it.
Yeah. So on the last episode, I talked about my childhood trauma with my mom, and some people in the comments
2 episodes ago.
And some people in the comments were like, "I want to know more about your trauma, like, or like give examples and stuff." I don't remember what the exact comment was.
Mhm.
But I do remember my sister Madison. She would always chew her nails. She'd always bite her nails and chew them, and my mom kept trying to get her to stop. And when she was probably around 16, my mom put hot sauce on her fingernails. And then Madison went and tried to wash off the hot sauce. And I remember it started burning after she tried to wash off the hot sauce.
Mhm.
So there's an insight into my mom's parenting. She used hot sauce to get Madison to stop biting her nails.
I'm not gonna lie, my mom threatened to do that to me all the time.
Yeah, did you ever get any hot sauce punishments?
No, she always threatened it.
Yep.
She would also threaten, if I ever swore
Yeah.
as a kid, she would pierce my lips with a needle. That's
Be like, damn, wrong teenager. That could be a positive.
I mean, no, like she would like multiple holes. Like she would poke holes in my lips.
Frankie, that's sadistic as fuck.
Yeah, I know. But she said my grandmother used to do that to my Zia.
Jesus.
So, I mean, my mom never did it. Good job, Mom.
Yeah.
But honestly, like, I think empty threats are okay.
Are they?
It scares the kid. I never fucking swore. I never fucking swore.
What happened to the good old, I'm going to wash your mouth out with soap?
Yeah, she also threatened that too, but I don't know. I guess it's just what, their parents did. So
What's worse? The threat of I'll wash your mouth out with soap if you swear?
it looks so funny right now.
I'll wash your mouth out with soap, or I'll put hot sauce on your tongue. To somebody who doesn't like hot sauce, what's the worst
What's worse?
punishment?
Hot sauce.
Over soap?
Yeah.
Soap tastes pretty bad.
Yeah, but
Hot sauce, some people like. You can get used to it.
yeah, but I don't know.
Craziness.
I'm choosing the soap.
Okay.
All right, over to you.
Okay. So this one's coming from Am I Overreacting? Posted 3 days ago with 58,000 upvotes.
Oh, damn.
Am I overreacting? My mom is kicking me out for her new boyfriend. I just turned 18.
Oh.
So I'm 18 years old, and today was probably the worst day of my life. I got this text from my mom about this guy she's been dating recently. It's some new dude who's in town. I've only met him once, and he seemed okay, but I didn't really know him. I don't know much about him at all. They've been dating for a couple of months now, and I guess he wants to move in. I got this text while I was out just walking around. I post here sometimes, so I'm using a new alt account so I don't accidentally dox myself. But yeah, I don't know what to do. I'm sitting here crying like a baby, and I feel like my life is done. And the text message bubble coming in from her mom says, and that's because he loves me. I don't want to harp on the same point anymore. I deserve love. After being alone raising you for 18 years, it's time for you to leave. He's moving in. We want a blank slate. It's not anything other than it's time. You can get a job now. You have permission. Be free. I will watch from afar, but when you're living the high life in your mansion, you'll appreciate this moment. No arguments, okay?
Jesus.
And she replies and says, you're abandoning me over a guy you just met? Dead ass, I just turned 18 and you wouldn't let me work, but now I have to leave with what? I'm speechless. Crying emoji. This makes no sense. Why do I have to go? Like, even where? And the mom replies and says, I'm going to cover your phone for a month. You'll also be given some food and time today to pack everything. I've done what the law requires. You're 18. I said no arguments. Let's keep this conversation respectful, okay? Or I can let him talk some sense into you if you're not understanding the situation.
Oh, Jesus.
And she replied with, wow.
Wow.
Worst parent of the year award.
Absolutely.
Oh my God. Not even like, so you didn't let her have a job.
You set her up for failure.
You're literally setting her up for failure. And then as soon as she turns 18, she's like, oh, okay, well, you have no savings and it's time to get out and go get a job and go pay for everything.
Like, this would be cruel to do to a stranger.
Yeah.
Let alone your own kid.
Yeah. Also, I would think you have rights. She can't just kick you out like that. Even though you're 18, like she would have to evict you. So you'd have 60 days, I think. So that gives you time to like find an apartment. I have to pack my boxes and leave this weekend. Where the fuck am I going to go and find an apartment with no savings, no down payment, no credit? Where am I going to find anything? I'm going to end up living in a homeless shelter. Like, what do you mean? That's it. You can live your life from afar. Or I'll watch your life from afar.
This is nuts.
Talk about heartless.
Heartless. Obviously, the new boyfriend has something to do with
Toxic,
it.
Yep.
Yeah, he's
I'm not
super
moving in with a
toxic.
kid.
He's possibly violent because
Yep.
of what she insinuated.
I will
Let him
have
talk
him
some
talk
sense.
some sense into you. That
Okay.
Who says that to their kid? That's crazy.
Yeah.
This is insane.
Well, I hope the magic of Reddit helped her out. Like, we've seen stories where people have offered like places to stay in cities near them. So
yeah,
lay it on me.
So the top comment says, post on your social media with the caption, quote, does anyone have an extra bedroom? And tag all your relatives, including your mom. I mean, first thing is you ask family, do you have any aunts, uncles, grandparents, cousins? Well, if you have aunts and uncles, you have cousins. But like, that's the first step is all of your family tree. You ask any of them for help. I mean, that's what you got to do. Ask family first. Family is always going to be the ones who are the most willing, usually in a general sense, to help you out. You know what I mean? You got pretty good luck of asking an aunt and uncle, a grandparent, than you would have having like a friend.
I guess that's true. I mean, not all the time.
Not all the time,
yeah.
but it's like place to start.
Yeah.
I would have to think statistically, it's got to be a strong place to start.
Okay, sorry, I'm stuck on something that you just said. You said if you have aunts and uncles, you have to have cousins.
Yeah.
That's wrong.
Is it?
We are an aunt and uncle.
Okay.
Andrew's not going to have cousins in us.
Yeah, what I meant, though, is if there is cousins, there's aunts and uncles.
Oh, but you didn't say it that way.
Yeah, but what I meant is like cousins. But wait, if there's cousins, you can go to their parents, which are your aunts and uncles.
Oh, okay. I see.
Yeah.
I was like child-free. Being child-free by choice is a thing, right?
It's just thinking about all the ways to be child-free, aren't you? So a comment replies to the top comment and says, my mom kicked me out on my 18th birthday, and I told kids at school. I had a place to stay by dinner. My life turned out fine, and I'm in no contact with my mom. She doesn't know my 3 beautiful children, 39 now. Edit to add, revisiting these memories has me crying all morning, but I appreciate the love from you all. I often feel weird and unlovable, and people who have had easier lives often reject me, so thank you for being so accepting of my comments and story. My dad used to say, as long as you're alive, there is hope.
Damn.
Well, since there's been a trend of my mom's my childhood trauma with my mom, I was first I watched Madison, who is 3 years older than me, the middle child, and Kat's 5 years older than me. I watched Madison get kicked out several times, and I think she got kicked out 3 times. And then for me in grade 9, I remember I got suspended too early in the grade 9 school year, first year of high school, because I brought a knife to school. And I thought it was cool to show friends.
Jeez.
I lived on a farm, so we'd always have knives everywhere. And one of the knives...
Like a poop knife?
No, not a poop knife. Hay bale knife to cut hay bales open, because hay bales are held together with twine, and you need a knife to cut them apart to feed the horses. And so the knife was left in my jacket pocket, or the barn jacket at school had a knife, showed some dumb kids. They ratted on me. Didn't mean nobody no harm. Didn't stab nobody. Just brought a deadly weapon to school. Got suspended like 3rd week into school. Got signed up for Army cadets. Got sent over Thanksgiving weekend to do an Army cadets camp. Army tents are not like regular tents. They're just a pole in the middle and the sides. They have no bottom. You put your sleeping bag on top of the dirt in Army cadets. It poured raining. We had to dig a trench around our tent so that a stream of water didn't make the bottom of the tent mucky. We had to march all weekend long. I missed Thanksgiving at my grandma's house, so no pumpkin pie for me. It was a miserable weekend. Army cadets were absolutely miserable. They had to learn how to march and stuff. I absolutely hated it. And my legs were in shock after. And I guess I could have made it, but Monday morning it was time to go to school. And I didn't, because I have a 1 kilometer walk driveway, and I started walking and my legs were killing me, and I just said, fuck it. I went back inside. I guess I could have powered through it, but I was a little shit. And I don't know. Maybe I wasn't a little shit, but whatever. And then I remember that leaded to me, my mom freaking out, calling Child Protective Services. Child Protective Services came and interviewed me at the kitchen table. And then I was
Sorry, she called CPS on herself?
On me. Child Protective Services is not just to call on the parents, it's also to call on the kids.
Okay.
Apparently. Some details could be wrong here. I was grade 9, 13, 14, 13. So my memory could be a little faded, but I remember I came home. And there was a woman there to talk to me, and I had to talk to her about my living situation and stuff. And at the end of it, I was told that I can either A, go live in foster care, because that's so desperately what I want, or I can go live with my grandparents, my dad's parents, who lived in where the farm is, an hour and a half away from the family where I grew up, just outside Toronto. And so my grandma came and picked me up that night. So that was the first time I was kicked out. And I remember watching my sister. She was kicked out a bunch of times, and she came home after like 2 weeks. And I was like, no, that's not going to be me. I'm never coming home. I had them sign me up for school. I missed two credits of grade 9. You're supposed to get, in Canada, you're supposed to get 2 periods spare in grade 12. And you can kind of pick where you want. I didn't get those. I lost those in grade 9. Had to go to a school to do book work. I had to get up at 5 a.m., catch a bus. That was 45 minutes from the main school. Catch another bus, 30 minutes to the school inside the town. And then I had to walk through the winter storm or winters, whatever, after school, because I got out early. I had to do booklet work. It was a school for like anger management kids. I had to do that for half a semester because they wouldn't let me in to the regular school for that rest of that semester. So I had to wait till February, from November to February, until I could go back to school. And I did 2 years. I did 2 years with my grandparents. During that time, my grandmother passed away. It was very hard. I had to start being the caretaker for my grandfather. And eventually it wore me down. And I don't know, eventually we rekindled. I guess I rekindled with my mom. She also promised to buy me a car when I came back home. So that was part of it. I got a car out of coming home. So I came home second semester of grade 11. So for a little over 2 years, and then I transferred schools. I wanted to go back to the same school I came from, which was a public school. My mom told me that they couldn't get me enrolled, so she lied to me. I found out later, so that I would go to the Catholic school in the town a little farther over.
Really?
Yep. So I found out later that she lied to me. She originally came up with something that they couldn't get me in, and only the Catholic school had an opening,
I didn't
which
know that.
honestly, the Catholic school turned out to be, I think, way better. Smaller. Had my older friends from when I was through, because I moved schools in my original town. I was in the public school, and then I got kicked out in grade 2. And then I went to a different public school, and then I went back to that public school in grade 6. And then I went to the Catholic school in grade 7 because it was 7 through 12. And then I got kicked out of that school in grade 7 and went back to the other public school. So I bounced around a lot, I guess, because I was an angry and troubled kid. I kept getting in fights with everybody. And so I moved back in second semester of grade 11, and I made it in like 1 year. She bought me a car, and I made it like 1 year. Then halfway through, or second semester of grade 12, or a couple months before grade 12, I got kicked out again. And she had already promised that she would never kick me out again. And now she kicked me out in grade 12. And that's when I went to stay with my best friend, Marcus. And my dad paid his mom rent money so that I could live there. And then I graduated grade 12. And then I guess the relationship got better with my mom because she helped me move into college with her truck. She helped me. Like, I did college all of myself. Originally, my plan when I was in grade 12 wasn't going to apply to college, and I was going to save up money, and I was going to go get an apartment in Whistler, British Columbia at the
Really?
resort, and I was just going to work there. Because during this period, once I moved back home, she took us on a trip to see my grandparents. We went to Whistler, and I absolutely loved it. And I was like, this is my plan. I'm going to come work at the resort, and that's my life's plan.
Wow.
Madison was the reason that I even applied to go to colleges.
Thank you, Madison.
Thank you, Madison.
Who knows what your life
She's
would
like,
have
you
been
gotta,
like?
yeah.
It would
She's
have
like,
been
you
way
gotta at least
different.
have a backup. I never had any money saving. I had no idea how the frig I was gonna get to BC. I had no idea how to do any of that stuff. But thanks to Madison, went to college, and my mom raised her up better because she helped me move into my apartment. She helped get me a bunch of stuff from Walmart to get set, like bed sheets and soap and all that stuff. And then after college was done, I tried getting a full-time job out in Waterloo with my apartment. Eventually, I couldn't get it done. So I moved back home, and something happened when I was 19. So I think less than a year after I'd fully moved back home from college, and I got kicked out again. And this time that was like, that's it. I'm done. And my dad once again helped me pay first and last on a basement apartment for like $500 a month. It took like all my paychecks, or maybe it was like $800 a month or something. Because I was dead ass broke. I was eating ramen noodles. My bank account was always in overdraft. Like, I was not saving anything. I was living paycheck to paycheck, barely living paycheck to paycheck, fighting depression, I would think, basement apartment. And that was the last time. So 3 times my mom kicked me out. And then when I was 19, I said, that's fucking it. I don't care what happens.
Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Fool me 3 times. I don't know what they say.
Yeah, I don't know either.
But
yeah, and that was it. And then I moved in with Marcus a couple of times, and then after I moved in with Marcus, I met you, and that was my life. So yeah, you can do it. You know, there's a lot of people who get kicked out by their parents, and
honestly, I feel like it is kind of like a
serendipitous
kind of, but also just like a good like motivational story because, and I may be biased, but I think you turned out so wonderful considering
thank you,
how much trauma you went through and just like the kind of life that you lived before. Like, most people don't experience that. Like, that was really traumatic, it sounds like. And I honestly, it's shocking how little you carry that trauma now.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Like, when my grandma passed away when I lived there the first time, like, it hit me so hard. Like, I joined the rugby team to try and make new friends, to try and become friends with the jocks. it never worked out. Never really became friends with them. We were gone for a tournament, and I remember my grandma drove me to school. We had to get to school early, so I didn't take the bus. She drove me and a friend who lived a little farther down the farm road, his parents picked me up, and she was supposed to pick us up from the pickup location. And I remember that day so clearly that she passed away because I said goodbye. She woke up early in the morning. I said goodbye to her. She was fine. She seemed fine. She had a little bit of a cough, just like I do right now. And so I went to the rugby tournament. I didn't even play in it because I broke my foot when flipped my uncle side by side, but I still got to be on the team and go. It's the best of both worlds. I didn't have to play. I was the second worst person on rugby. I was a fill-in. I hated when they put me in. It's terrible. I only joined so I become friends with the jocks, but then I sucked at rugby so that I didn't even make any friends. They were still assholes. And then I broke my foot and I was like, best of both worlds. So we were at this like tournament. We had to go to Kingston for it. And then during the middle of the day, like my sister called me, Madison. We had a rough relationship at this point, and I was like, why the hell is she calling me? She's like, where were you? Nobody knew where I was because I wasn't at school. I guess they tried to contact me and I wasn't at school. And then eventually my dad called me and he said, I'm going to pick you up. And I was like, that's weird. Like, what's wrong with grandma and stuff? And then when I got in the car, like they let me know. And my friend, who's not really my best friend, not really a friend, really, I never hung out with him. He's just like a classmate, happens to like, he was one guy who was on the rugby team who was down the farm road from us, but I never hung out with him. He's sitting in the car as I'm trying not to cry on the whole way back.
That's tough.
And then I get home, back to the farmhouse, and like the whole family's there and everything. I do remember like my grandma had this chair by the window and my dad sat in it and I freaked out. I told him to get out of the chair. That's grandma's chair. I was just so sad because she sat
Yeah, you were a kid.
every single day and knitted and
also
stuff.
relied on her. She was like a mother figure to you.
She was. Like, I honestly didn't really have a relationship with my grandpa. Like, I don't think my grandpa really wanted me there. Didn't really talk to my grandpa. It was like the bare minimal conversations with my grandfather. I would 99% talk to my grandmother about everything. She was always there. She would, when I was on those crutches, I went till the May 24 weekend down in the town for the fireworks, and I got shit-faced wasted, and then I would call her and she came to pick me up at like 11 o'clock. And like everything was for her. So when she passed away, it was like so tough. I'm living out in the boonies and I had to start making meals for my grandfather. I had to like stop hanging out with my friend at 6 o'clock because I had to go home and make dinner. I had to come up with meal plans every night for dinner.
Jeez.
I had to like take over my grandmother's place of like making dinners every night and stuff. And that's
a lot.
That was hard. It was a lot.
Kid.
So part of the reason of me moving back home was not because I really rekindled with my mom at that point, but it was like, I'm tired of taking care of my grandfather for half of a year and I'm going to get a car.
Yeah.
And honestly, it's pretty crazy because I don't even know what my life would have turned out if I like kept going to school there, what my future plans would have been in college or anything like that. I have no idea.
Butterfly effect is crazy.
What would have happened? I came back to a really good Catholic school. Like I said, my mom lied, but like I appreciate it because the Catholic school was like a lot better. I rekindled with my older friends and life was really sweet. I went from being a small fish in a big pond, got bullied a couple times and it felt huge, and came back and I felt like this big fucking shark in this little pond.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, there's my childhood trauma, but you can always do well.
Yeah, this is not the end of the world.
Nope.
Look how Denver turned out.
I will say for the first couple of years, dead ass broke. Didn't know how to save any money. Wasn't able to save any money. Wasn't able to keep my checkings account out of overdraft. The number one priority for me was paying rent. Never missed a rent payment. I would have no freaking money for anything else, but I never missed a rent payment. And then eventually, like, I got this job that was a temporary job that was like $23 an hour, and I worked 2:30 till 10:30 at night, and then I put in 4 hours of overtime. I worked 60 hours a week, every single week, unless something came up because I needed as much money. And I'm dumb. Take that money, save it, put it in the stocks, buy a house. You know what I do with my stupid ass freaking money?
In a stupid car.
I started building a stupid fucking track car because that was my high school dream of like watching these forums and YouTube videos, people buying cars and stuff. And I sunk all my money. I was like, oh yeah, I make $1,200 a week. I make good money. I'm making like 80, 90 grand a year. Like I can I can do this. Yeah, all the other people I see doing that, they live at home with their parents. They're not paying their own rent, not buying their own groceries, not paying their own phone bill, not paying their own gas and stuff. So on top of all of that, maxed out credit card debt, like it was bad. Take all the money you can and save it. Pay your rent, live under your means, and put into a TFSA or a save 401k and put into the stock market and buy an investment property. I was fucking dumb. I spent 30 grand into a car. Dumb.
It's okay. You know better now.
Yeah. I guess I spent more because that 30 grand, I also took it out on credit cards. So then I was paying interest every month, just trying to like keep up. So I was starting to waste money, couple $100 a month, $300 a month on interest payments across everything, just trying to keep up with everything. Well, hopefully I'm not going to go through any more childhood trauma for the rest of the episode.
Yeah.
I feel like that was a lot.
That was a lot.
Let's move on.
All right. Thanks for sharing, honey.
You're welcome.
This one comes from Relationship Advice, posted 4 days ago with 4.1 thousand upvotes.
Alrighty.
I have lost a lot of weight, and my daughters and granddaughter seem to be angry/resentful towards me because of it. Besides gaining the weight back, how can I fix the relationship?
Wow. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Okay. I, 62 female, have 2 daughters. A, 44 female, and R, 38 female, and a granddaughter, H, 22 female. I've known them all their lives.
I hope so.
I thought
At least the daughters.
I thought we had a good relationship. Now I don't know. Is it me or did I raise mean girls?
Honestly, they're 44 and 38. I don't know how much you raise them matters anymore. Like they have been they've been raising themselves longer than you raised them.
Yeah, exactly.
So I don't know.
I have worked really hard the past 2 years and have lost over 110 pounds. I watched what I ate, high protein, low carbs, no sugar, low calorie, a few treats here and there, and lots of walking, workouts, and I started playing pickleball last summer. I have been heavy all my life, and 2 years ago weighed 305. Now I'm the smallest I've been since my 20s. My oldest daughter and granddaughter hadn't seen me in person since summer, and at Christmas they were shocked by my appearance. I lost 40 pounds since July when I added pickleball to my exercise routine. I overheard the girls talking and it was very hurtful what they said. I wasn't deliberately listening. I was in the bathroom and they were in the hallway. The comments they made me tear up, saying I look like a deflating balloon, that soon that I won't want to be seen with them. Is that how they felt about me when I was so much bigger? I have never given unsolicited diet advice. Don't make comments about their weight. They are my girls. I wouldn't say hurtful things to them. I did say I had a bag of clothes if they wanted to look before it was donated. I am just a couple sizes smaller than 2 of them and about the size of the 3rd. I have 40 pounds to my goal. I didn't push it, just said the stuff is in their father's, my late husband's, closet. Granddaughter said she didn't want to wear, quote, grandma clothes. Fair enough, I wouldn't want to wear the leggings and crop tops of a 20-something-year-old. But the way they all looked at each other and snickered is what got me. My granddaughter, 22 female, said I looked more wrinkly now that I've lost weight. And during dinner, when I only took smaller portions, no sweets, my older daughter, who I hadn't seen in a few months, said in a kind of snarky way, "Isn't our food good enough for you anymore? Too much fat?" I responded, I have to be careful to keep losing and keep the weight off. The comments kept coming from all 3 of them, like, "Who wants pie? I'm sure you won't want any. You aren't greedy like us." I did have a sliver of the pumpkin pie my granddaughter made, my favorite. And then after dishes, my daughter laughed and said, "Are you going to walk off the 200 calories you ate at dinner or hang around us a while?" Granddaughter laughed and said, "I doubt it was 200, more like 60. FYI, I had a small slice of ham, daughter made it, and a bit of prime rib, my other daughter made it. A serving of sauteed green beans, I made, not the green bean casserole, daughter-in-law made and seemed irritated I didn't eat it, a half-baked potato, and a small Hawaiian roll. I didn't turn anything down, just didn't choose it from the buffet. I didn't think I would be judged. When everyone left, I had a good cry. I felt like I'd been bullied by a group of mean girls. I had read that people who lose weight aren't treated the same by friends and coworkers, and I know I am treated different at this weight than at 300 by service people and the doctor's office, but I didn't expect it for my girls, my own family. How can I fix this? Do I address it as a group, individually, or ignore and hope it stops?
Damn. This is tough. First off, rude ass family. Like, good job. Congrats. Like, you're getting healthier. You're making the right steps. You're choosing the hard way. Like, you're putting in time and effort to play pickleball, to go to the workouts. You're making the really hard decision not to eat the sweets and to take smaller portions. Like, it's hard to not give into those cravings of wanting to eat that better food. I don't know how the fuck to do that. Like,
Same.
and like, it's, I guess you could say, yeah, predictable. Like she said, people treat you differently, and it's not a you problem.
No.
It's a they problem.
100%.
And they clearly said it. They said that soon I won't want to be seen with them. Like, they said it. Soon I won't want to be seen with them, as in they're bigger
Yeah.
and she's smaller. She won't want to be seen with them in public.
Yeah.
Like, it's their own problems that
They're
they're
heavily
bringing to
projecting.
the front. They're projecting. Like, they feel bad because you made it happen and they can't.
Yeah. And I think they're also projecting because they think being overweight or being 300 pounds is a bad thing. Like, because she wants to lose it and she wants to do better. I think they think she's judging them. OP is judging them because they're not doing anything.
Yeah.
But
she's not.
In what we're given here, the context that we're given, OP
is just focusing on herself.
Doesn't say anything in that sense. So I think they're just like super insecure and they're just projecting. They don't like to see someone else do better than them.
That's it. Yeah. I feel like, obviously, you don't want to just like cut off your family because they're kind of being mean girls and stuff, but it's
I think they need a stern talking to.
I don't even know if it's a stern talking to, but just like a talking to, I think. And she's like, how do I address it, as a group, individually, or ignore and hope it stops? I would say you should address it.
Yeah.
Maybe one-on-one, maybe not as a group. Don't let them
gang up on you.
Like, we get strength from numbers. When we have somebody beside us, backing us up, reinforcing us, we're stronger, So do it individually, I would say. Like, have a one-on-one, like ask to meet them for coffee or whatnot, and just express that, like, it hurts your feelings. Like, you were losing weight because it's something that you wanted to do.
It makes me feel good.
You feel better.
Yeah.
You feel healthier. You're 62. You're getting up in age. You're worried about your longevity. We only get so much time on Earth, and one of the things that we can do to get a little bit more time is a healthier diet, less fat, and that, not like less fat, but like, I don't know, just be healthier. Like, it's the doctor's always recommendation. Like, if you're carrying around too much cholesterol or fat, they're like, you got to cut out the sweets and stuff. So just explain one-on-one to, like, how they hurt your feelings.
Yeah. And just make it clear that, like, this has nothing to do with them. This is not, like, you're not sending a message to them. Like, you are two separate people, two separate entities. Like, this has absolutely nothing to do with your daughters.
Yeah. Honestly, and the willpower that she has, just like,
so respectful. Yeah.
Just applaud. Like, even on the times where I was
Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Like, even when I was like on, like, when we first met, and I was like gym 5-6 days a week, I was like, I never bought any chips, I never bought any sweets, I just ate my meals and no snacks, and I was like lean, the leanest I've ever been. Come Thanksgiving time,
I'm indulging.
Christmas time, I ain't got no diet.
Yeah.
I'm eating all that shit.
Right?
And she's sitting here at Christmas dinner being like, I took a small portion. I didn't eat that. I had a small slice of pumpkin pie.
Yeah.
Good fucking job.
Liver of ham. Can you imagine?
No way. I keep eating the ham until, like, my stomach hurts. So, like, good job. Like, I get to the bottom of the bag of chips, right? You get through 85% of the bag of the chips and you're full. You're like, okay, I'm full. I could stop eating. No. I don't know how to do that. I need to finish the bag off. I went into Kat's cupboard when we moved in, and she had this bag, 2 bags of Mrs. Vicky's, and they were rolled up with an elastic. And I'm like, there's only 10%, 15% of the bag left in the bottom here. Why? Why didn't you eat those?
Control. Self-control.
Because I'm just like, there's not enough left in the bag that the next time I go to eat, it'll be satisfying. So I'm just gonna finish the bag, and then after my tummy is like, ugh, it hurts.
Yeah.
I don't know how to do that.
Yeah, I think this is not something like all you have to do is just voice your opinion. Let them know how you feel, and if they do change, then great. If they don't, I would say distance yourself, because you don't want that negativity to bring you down.
I think another problem is already the distance. In one of the upper paragraphs, it says, "My oldest daughter and granddaughter haven't seen me in person since the summer." So you already have a distance relationship with them.
I mean,
And I think that's why they're being the way that they're being. I think if you already had a closer relationship with them where you're seeing them once a week, every other week.
I mean, they probably live out of state.
I know. Whatever the reason is. But I think that's what also just adds to like the mean girl effect. Like it's harder to be like that kind of like mean girl when you spend so much time with someone.
That's
like
true.
if you have that consistent relationship with it, it wouldn't be a shock to them of your new habits and everything, and there would be less mean girls. You know what I mean? Like I feel like it's harder to be that rude when you spend more time with them. So I think that's kind of part of it.
Yeah, it could be.
Not really your fault or anything, but I think that kind of creates something.
So top comment says, they're just salty about your progress. Don't let them police your food or your body. Call out the snark or keep your distance. You did the hard work. They need to deal with it.
Yeah. I think it's easier said than done when it's coworkers and
Friends
strangers and friends, and like even cousins and stuff, even siblings, parents. But then it's your kids and grandparents. Like that hits hard. You're not just like, you don't want to be like, hey, fuck you.
Yeah.
You want that relationship.
Well, that's true.
And that's what makes it so difficult.
Yeah.
I feel for her.
Me too. That's tough.
Just good job though.
Yeah. Applause.
Yeah.
Alrighty, back to you.
Over to me. All right, so this one's coming from Best of Writer Updates, posted 5 days ago with 11,000 upvotes. My girlfriend, 21 female, and my brother, 20 male, are soulmates.
Oh my gosh.
So my girlfriend and I, 21 male, have been dating for about 7 months now. We both used to work at the same restaurant, and I asked her out. I've always felt like we were very different people, but that's what I liked about our relationship. I feel like I'm always learning something by being around her and try my best to indulge in her interest. 3 months ago, I introduced her to my family, and they all seemed to like her, especially my brother. I didn't really think much about it, and I was happy to see them get along since I'm very close to my brother. But I've realized over time that they just fit way better with each other. They both have the same interests in movies, books, music, sports, food, you name it. Although my girlfriend was hesitant about it at first, I encouraged her to go for things alone with my brother if it wasn't something I was really into, and they both had a great time. And I know just having the same hobby sounds trivial, but it's also their personalities. They're both very free-spirited and adventurous, and I can't help but notice that they look so much happier with each other than with me. Sometimes I feel really out of place around them, as I'm not supposed to be there. But I swear, this is not out of jealousy. I just genuinely think they are better for each other. I love them both, and if this is what makes them happy, I'd rather they date each other and let me move out of their way. Not exactly sure how to execute this or talk about this with either of them, though. How do I go about setting them up?
Oh my god, dude. Setting them up is crazy. Okay.
Huh.
Okay. Okay.
Huh. This is new.
This is definitely a new topic we have not touched.
Huh.
Okay.
Interesting.
I think first up is to break up with her. Because it seems like you don't think that you're compatible enough.
It seems like you don't feel like you're her soulmate.
Yeah.
So I think you're right.
Break up with her.
And that's it.
And that's it. I mean, I guess if you wanted to be a nice person, you could, because, okay, typically, if there were feelings there for your partner's brother, most people wouldn't just be like, okay, well, I'm broken up with your brother and I'm going to move on to you. Like, people would think that that's weird, because it is. Mm-hmm. But if OP gives him their blessing, gives them his blessing.
Yep.
I feel like
They might feel comfortable with it.
They might feel comfortable. So I guess you could kind of like blanket statement and be like, oh, by the way, I'm okay if you want to date my brother. Like,
weird. You think giving permission is a good idea?
I think, well, he seems passionate about it. He wrote a Reddit
Really
story.
wants to set him up.
He really wants. Honestly, I think that's okay. It's kind of endearing. It's kind of nice. He's like, well, okay, I know we're not soulmates, but I want these two people to be soulmates together. I want that for them. I care about them. I love them. I want what's best for them.
What if his brother doesn't want sloppy seconds?
I don't think it's like that. But I mean, that's their choice. If he doesn't want it, then that's their choice. But I think it's okay to kind of nudge them.
Okay.
You disagree?
I don't even know what I think. How about you break up with her?
Yeah. 100%.
You say, I just don't think we're long-term compatible. And then you let fate happen. You know, if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. If she loves him that much, then she'll know where she wants to go after. If the brother loves her that much, he knows what he needs to do once he has an opportunity. Once his door is open.
I just think most people won't cross that line.
Then they weren't meant to be.
Okay. Sure. Fair
I
enough.
don't know. No, I was literally, I don't know. I think you're right. I think you could be right. Totally. For sure. Just give him a nudge. Be like, hey, you have my blessing. A little weird. Might even deter it. Might even deter them. You're breaking up with me so I can sleep with your brother? The fuck's wrong with you?
Yeah, it's a little
Your
bit
family's
twisted.
fucked. I'm out of here.
Yeah.
Also, some people don't love when everything is the same. Some people love yin and yang. Yin and yang. Opposites attract.
Yeah.
You're sexy over there.
Okay.
You little singing Taylor Swift accountant. I can't sing.
Is that what I am to you? A little singing Taylor Swift accountant?
You're a little safe girl, non-adrenaline junkie.
Boring. Just call me boring.
You're not boring. No. You're not boring.
You want me to give me...
I'm waiting.
I'm waiting. I feel uncomfortable. I feel like they're interrupting us.
Who's that?
Look at you. Our audience. Look at you over there. No, babe, I can't do this right now. I feel like I'm dirty talking you.
No, it's just a little role playing.
Stop it. Okay, top comment says, why are you doing this? You're weird. Top comment says, your brother shaped you as well. You apparently connect well with people like him and like your girlfriend. So it's no wonder she's very into you and possibly would be less into your brother than you think.
Yeah.
Okay. Another comment says, you got to work on your self-esteem. What you'll learn eventually is that someone being attracted to you is not up to you. And no one who is attracted to you is going to want to hear you try to explain why they're wrong.
That's so true.
Okay.
Bro, like you think you know who's best for me? Bitch, I was attracted to you. Now I'm not.
If you trust a partner, part of that involves trusting their judgment about being with you. Oh, and stop sending them on dates. That's weird. Okay, so we read this completely wrong.
That's true, too.
That's actually so true. Because, like, who are you, the judge? Like, who are you to think that I'm better suited with your brother?
Yeah, stop trying to be matchmaker, Cupid.
Yeah, don't tell me.
This is like the annoying best friend you have that's always trying to like set you up on dates because she thinks she knows who you should date.
Yeah. Okay, so there's an update that comes 5.5 months later. First of all, thank you to everyone who wrote nice, encouraging things and advice on my last post. I really appreciate it. I kind of got rid of this account.
This is my post. Isn't it?
This is your post.
This is mine. I read the first one. Jesus. It's like, why are you reading the comments? All right. So, like Teresa said, this update comes 5.5 months later.
Oh, we're rusty.
Oh, first of all, thank you to everyone who wrote nice, encouraging things and advice in my last post. This feels wrong. This feels wrong, me reading it.
Wrong.
It felt right, you reading it. I really appreciate it. I kind of got rid of this account after the post got so many views, but then randomly opened it yesterday to several messages about it being covered by Schmosh. Now it's being covered by ThreadTalk. I'm a huge fan of them, by the way, so this was very surprising. Anyway, I'll cut to the chase. After writing that post, I did a lot of introspection and self-reflection. I think a lot of people caught this, but I do indeed suffer from low self-esteem and struggle with low confidence. I didn't want to acknowledge it, but it did get in the way of my relationships often. I am a brutally honest man, and that is exactly what I did. I was very honest about all of this to my girlfriend. I didn't tell her that I thought my brother and her were soulmates, but I told them that sometimes I feel like I can't directly connect with her because we're so different. And what she said really changed my perspective of our relationship. She said that she loves that I'm different and compliment her in a way that completes her. She also expressed that she would want to get more involved in my hobbies. So the past few months, we've spent time doing random things together that we individually enjoy, and it's turned out great for us. She makes me really happy, and I try my best to make her life better too. I've also met her family now, and they're all lovely people as well. We still do things together with my brother, and it's also a good time. I think at the end of the day, the root of all this was indeed my insecurity. It really wasn't about my brother because I think I would have been insecure if it was a friend or really anyone else. Besides, it is true I enjoy my brother's company because of the kind of person he is. So it has made sense for me to be with someone who is similar. It attributes more to the fact that she fits really well in my life. I've also come to realize I was looking at this from a very trivial perspective. My girlfriend is so much more than her hobbies and interests. And there are many other things about her that actually set her apart from other people in my life. Thanks for everyone for your advice. Apparently, I need to end this post with a question.
Interesting. Okay. Well, yeah. I'm glad it's working out between you two.
Right? Man, I think, yeah, the commenters are right. It comes from a place of insecurity, and you might feel like that with every relationship you have in the
Yeah.
future. So you gotta address that yourself, or else you're never gonna be happy in any of your relationships.
Damn. Well, happy ending, I guess. Don't listen to my advice. I told you to break up.
No, his question was, how do I go about it? And we were just answering his questions to how he wanted to go about it.
Fair enough.
He didn't say, am I right or wrong? He said, how do I go about it? We were just on his side. We were just trying to help him out, helping friends.
All right.
Over to you.
Over to me.
This one's your story now.
It is. I will read it.
Stay in your lane, girl.
Okay. Trigger warning for this post. There's talks of ED. This one's coming from Advice, posted 5 days ago with 4,000 upvotes. Title is Getting Fired Because of an ED I Don't Have. I, 26 female, am a nurse, and my boss is threatening to fire me because of an eating disorder I don't have. Last week, my boss called me in for a meeting because she had noticed that I never eat at work as she's worried about me since I'm naturally skinny. I told her that I eat when I get home and I'm not insecure about my body in any way. I even asked her what's wrong with my body, which would cause me to starve myself. She didn't answer. She didn't believe that I eat at home. I don't have an eating disorder, but I lose all appetite when I look at other people eat. I can't stand the smell either. Even just knowing that people are eating makes me nauseous. I obviously can't eat in the same room as my colleagues, and I'm not allowed to eat outside of the break room. I'm not allowed to take my break after my colleagues are done either. Therefore, I'm not eating when I'm at work. My boss told me that if she doesn't see me eat before next week, which is now this week, she'll have to let me go. Things haven't changed, and I'm having a meeting with her tomorrow. When I've been honest with people, they see it as an attack and that I find them disgusting, which is somewhat true. And it always makes things worse. What do I tell her?
Okay, interesting. Wild take over here, but I actually think she does have an eating disorder in a type of way. I mean, if I feel like it's a normal thing for people to sit in the lunchroom and eat their lunches, and if you can't watch people eat when you eat, I feel like that's a type of eating disorder. Yeah, it's not like for weight or, anything like that, but I feel like that's...
I don't know if that's an eating disorder or more of like a phobia.
Sure. I feel like in some way, like if there was like rings of like eating disorders of like types of like very
eating
out
disorder
of
is
ring.
more for like your body though.
I get that, but eating disorder, when she eats, she can't do it a certain like the normal way. So I feel like that's got to be some vague
I don't think it's an
form.
eating disorder. I wouldn't classify it as that because
On the very minimum. of the
People also
definition.
have like weird things with chewing. And there's like a misophonia. I don't know. I completely butchered that, but there's a name for it. Like it's a phobia.
Yeah.
When other people are chewing, like it disgusts people.
On
I
it-
wouldn't consider that an eating disorder. Like you can't eat around other people because of their chewing. I think that's like it's just a phobia.
Yeah.
But regardless,
Yeah. I think like, you know, if you think about it, like, it is kind of gross watching other people eat.
it is. Okay, so
Like
pick a side, dude.
dude, that's so. No, I mean, I don't think she's doing anything wrong. I don't think she should be fired. I don't think she has like the eating disorder. But I would kind of say, like, in a very soft, barely way, very vague on the very spectrum of eating disorders, like not being able to eat around other people because they're eating could be a kind of condition. It's not normal, a little odd,
No.
but I feel like it's valid.
Let's look
because
up the definition of an eating disorder.
Sure.
Shall we?
No, I agree with you there. I'm just saying, wild take. Hear me out. Like, you know, hear me out. Hear me out, cake. You know.
Hear me out, cake.
You know. So, but I think she's valid because she's like, when I've been honest with people, they see it as an attack and that I find them disgusting, which is somewhat true. It is kind of true, you know. Honestly, people putting food in their mouth, chewing it in front of you, is kind of gross. This would mean that she can't go to like restaurants. She doesn't go to like public eating restaurants. And like, if you actually think about it, because when you're at a restaurant, you don't really watch people eat. You know what I mean? Like you don't, like you don't watch them eat. Like you eat yourself and you have a conversation with them, but like your eyeballs don't like lock in, frame cuts down to their mouth, and you're like focusing it on them, like chewing and putting the food in their mouth. You know what I mean? You don't really like when we go out, I'm not like watching you put the food in your mouth. Like if my brain hyper focused and like my vision like cropped in, like I was zooming in while I'm editing right to your mouth, and the food that's going in, that's all my vision saw, like that's kind of gross. Like
Fair.
if you kind of chew with your mouth slightly open, really fucking gross. If you talk while there's food in your mouth and you're chewing, super fucking gross. And everybody does all of those things.
It's true.
Kind of gross.
Denver just developed a new phobia.
Like it's not that it affects me, but like you're like it doesn't bother me because I can handle it, but like so valid.
Yeah.
So gross if you actually think about it. It's crazy that it's normalized that we eat in front of people. You sit at the dinner. Bro, imagine her.
It's kind of what's the word?
I wonder if her childhood like had some trauma in it where her parents forced her to sit at the dinner table to eat.
Maybe.
And she had to like sit there until everybody else was gone and then she ate. Or like that. Because you know, like 26, maybe not. The generation before her definitely would have been the forced to eat at the dining room table with everybody. She definitely could have had a childhood where she was allowed to eat her food by herself. But damn, like honestly, sometimes I eat chicken, I eat meat, and I think about the animals dying and stuff in the slaughterhouses.
What are you getting
and it
at?
makes me want to be a vegetarian. It grosses me out when I think about the animals had to die so I can eat them.
You are going on tangents.
It fucking
dude.
grosses me out. So I think she's very valid to be like watching people eat is gross.
Okay, but what do you think about the actual issue here? Great that she is valid in her feelings, but what is okay? Can you speak on the issue?
I think her boss has a point and doesn't have a point at the same time.
No.
I don't think you could like fire someone because they're having an eating disorder. That's kind of fucked up. But if you're a nurse, don't nurses work sometimes like really long shifts?
Mm-hmm.
And like I would be concerned about like being fatigued and tired and hungry and like having to work and stuff. So I think she's a fucking shit boss. I think the boss has a valid point of her not eating on shift if she's working like more than 8-hour shifts.
Her work. And
Yeah.
it's only the only way it's like she would be valid is if it's affecting her actual like output of work.
If I was the boss, I would just be concerned for that individual, the fact that they can't eat anything while they're at work and they might get fatigued. And then I'd be like, okay, what's the issue? And she's like, I can't eat around other people. Then I'd be like, Okay, and you have to eat in your lunchroom? Okay, I would try to come up with a solution. Can we make some other room a private lunchroom for you where you can eat? Can we get your shift, a break time put in so that you're the only one in the lunchroom? I, as a boss, would try to make some exceptions for her so that she has room to like eat and feel comfortable to eat her room. I don't think the boss is out of touch for like having that conversation and seeing if they could work on a solution. I think the boss is fucking fucked for threatening to fire her because she doesn't eat on her shift.
100%.
My concern would be like, hey, like, I think you should be able to eat on your shift because I would hate for you to be working like a freaking double, working a 16-hour shift and you not being able to eat anything. I'm concerned about you like getting fatigued. Like I get the, the stomach grumblies feels when it takes too long before I eat. You get starving and stuff. So I'm trying to like figure something out so that she can work, not just be like, I'm going to fire you if I don't want you to eat food. I don't know.
No, this is very wrong.
Did she tell the boss what her exact issue is?
No, she said she didn't tell her because people, when I'm being honest with people, they see it as an attack and that I find them disgusting. What do I tell her? So she
yeah,
hasn't.
I would think just come clean of that you find it really disgusting when people eat in front of you and it prevents you from eating. And I think she should have to make some adjustments. I think she should have to make some adjustments, like help you out to give you a safe space to eat.
Yeah. Okay, so there's a couple edits. My problem is looking at people eating meat. I know it's extreme, and that's why I never mention it. I try to avoid being around it. As I said, being honest makes it worse. Looking at the downvotes on my comments mentioning it, it's clear why I can't tell her that. People immediately feel antagonized, and I don't want that. Please stop taking it personally.
What the hell's wrong with people? My downvotes because I'm just explaining how it feels for me? Like, okay.
Another edit says, I don't have an ED, ARFID, or disordered eating. I can eat with my friends and family who don't eat meat with zero issues, and I enjoy going to veggie restaurants. Unfortunately, meat is such a huge part of many people's daily lives that someone preferring to not be around it is considered sick. I would love to eat out work in a different room or after my colleagues are done. I would love to eat with them if they don't eat meat. I can't and won't force anyone to change for me, so I just don't eat. This is not a disorder and definitely not an eating disorder. When this, except for the consequences, has nothing to do with eating. This is not a disorder and definitely not an eating disorder when this, except for the consequences, has nothing to do with eating. It's the product in the environment that creates the problem. The product is usually not visible until it's being eaten, though. If you were in a room filled with shit and vomit or anything else you personally find disgusting and someone told you to eat in there, I wouldn't accuse you of having an eating disorder if you lost your appetite.
All right, I agree. I'm a little out of left field here calling it an eating disorder.
Thank you.
Not an eating disorder, eating preference,
phobia. It's a phobia.
something a little weird. But like, I feel like if that was my coworker and I'm like, hey, I never see you eat lunch. Like that's, what's wrong? I don't know. Like first off, I'd never go in anybody's personal business like that. But if I was like, hey, whatever, and they told me like, oh yeah, when you eat your lunch, like it really grosses me out. I was like, well, shit. Now that you mention it, it is kind of gross watching people eat. Doesn't like stop me from eating my food, but I could totally see how you could get hyper focused on that and then you would choose not to eat and you just wait till you get home. And honestly, like people fast. People like do like they only eat at a certain time of day. And I don't know.
Yeah. So there's an update that says, I called HR this morning. I hope they'd be at the meeting, but they weren't. They have talked to my boss, though. Nobody's getting fired. She claims that she only said it to motivate me to break my, quote, eating disorder.
Yo, she should be getting fired. What the fuck?
I was never going to get fired in the first place. I called HR immediately after the meeting, and we're looking into getting me transferred to a different unit. Good.
Bro,
Good.
that manager should be getting a write-up. You don't threaten people.
Fired.
You don't threaten people with getting fired to try and break an eating disorder.
Has nothing to do with the job.
If you could break the eating disorder by getting fired, it wouldn't be a fucking eating disorder. What the fuck?
For real. Yeah, exactly.
That's an eating preference. I feel like this is like halfway between an eating disorder and just an eating preference.
Jesus Christ.
Like, no, like there's like she has a real issue. Like it's not like it's a nothing thing. It's not like it's just a preference. It's not an eating disorder, but it's not like it's just a preference. You just
said it's halfway through an eating disorder and a preference.
Like
it is not an eating disorder.
Okay.
Not even close.
Okay. Eating disorder is here. the eating disorder ends. It ends. And then preference is over here and it ends. It's got to be somewhere in the middle of that, because a preference would be like, I don't eat pork because of my religious reasons. That's a preference, right? And an eating disorder is an actual thing. But she has something that is like, it's a real thing. Like, she has a real issue with watching people eat meat and she being there. So I'm not saying it's a disorder, but it's also not just a preference. I feel like it's a real thing,
Yes, I know, but you keep saying it's an eating disorder.
It's not. I've learned my lesson. It's not an eating disorder.
Okay.
But I think it's a little bit more serious than just a preference.
Agreed.
Yeah.
But it's not an eating disorder.
Like, I have a preference not to eat with a wooden fork. That's a preference.
Exactly. That's not an eating disorder.
Yeah. No, I'm not saying. I'm trying to say it's not an eating disorder, but it's still should still be taken seriously by her boss. Like, it should still be taken into consideration and stuff. Like, I feel like she's still validated. Like, her workplace should still be helping her. With some stuff
but
of
not
like
threatening to
fire her, but they should actually be like helping to like get her a private eating place or helping schedule her break time when nobody else is in there. Like, they should taking it serious.
Yeah, agreed.
If a coworker,
she didn't
she won't express it. Yeah, I know. I'm just saying they should though. Like, if I'm a manager and it's my job to stock the lunchroom with either plastic or wood forks, and somebody says I don't like wood forks, I'm like, you're getting wood forks. I don't know. Like, that's a preference. She has something more than just a preference.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on.
All right, over to me. So this one's coming from r/Am I the Asshole, posted 4 days ago with 15,000 upvotes. Am I the asshole for making my wife ride in the back seat because she couldn't stop distracting me? This happened over the holidays, and my wife is still upset with me over it. Our family went to visit my in-laws for New Year's. It's about a 3 to 4 hour drive. Mostly highway, but it takes us through 2 metro areas with pretty significant traffic. My wife, 37 female, gets nervous about driving in traffic, so I always drive when we visit her family. She also tends to get car sick on longer drives and needs to sit in the front seat to help ease it. She has tried taking Dramamine in the past, but she's had an allergic reaction, so she doesn't take it anymore. I love my wife with all my heart, but she is not good sitting shotgun. She makes huge reactions to any change in traffic, grabbing the handle, putting her hand on the dash, grasping, telling me to watch out, etc. It's not like I'm an aggressive or a risky driver. I've never gotten a speeding ticket or been in an accident. But if there's a car a half mile ahead of us that puts on their brakes, she freaks out and acts like we're all about to die. It's incredibly distracting. I've talked to her multiple times about how her reactions actually make it more difficult for me to concentrate on driving, but she says she can't control herself because she's nervous in traffic. On the way to her family's place, she sat up front with me and traffic was pretty bad. Lots of slowdowns due to weather conditions and in general just kind of slow going. But I've been driving in cool weather my whole life and know how to control my speed and give lots of extra space to any surrounding cars. I understand that you can't control anyone else on the road and that accidents happen, but I do everything in my control to keep my car and the people inside safe. The entire drive, my wife was on edge making all the reactions I mentioned. It's very distracting to have someone next to you doing that sort of thing while driving. I mentioned this to my wife numerous times on the drive, and she always deflected blame at me for the way I was driving. When we were getting ready to head home, I told my wife she needs to sit in the back and our 14-year-old will sit up front with me. I told her it's either that or she drives us home. She got upset with me and started giving excuses about her car sickness. I told her to take some NyQuil or something else to help her sleep, but she refused and told me I'm being a jerk. I told her that she can drive then, and she refused to do that too. Eventually, she reluctantly got in the back seat with our 11-year-old daughter. The ride home was much easier traffic-wise, and my wife sat pretty much silent in the back seat the entire time, pouting. When we got home, she told me that she felt ill the entire drive, but didn't say anything because she didn't want to make a big deal out of anything. She told me I humiliated her by making her sit in the back, and that I should be more considerate of her feelings. Am I the asshole?
No, I'm sorry. I'm not going to invalidate her fear or whatever this is that she has. She has anxiety when it comes to driving. That's fine. But you have to be self-aware in the fact that you could possibly cause an accident yourself. Like, what you're trying to avoid could very well happen because of you. Like, you could be the cause of that because you're so distracting. And I think it's very fair for OP to be like, go sit in the back because I want all of us to live.
Mm-hmm.
Do you agree?
I'm not convinced. No, it's rated, not the asshole, but I don't know. I'm not there.
You think she's in the right?
Well, like, there's one part where she says it's very distracting to have someone next to you doing that sort of thing while driving. I mentioned this to my wife numerous times, and she always deflected blame at me for the way I was driving.
So you think OP is like a crazy driver?
No, I think he's being a normal, safe driver. But if you were like this in my passenger seat and you were having a hard time, I would be an even more safe driver. If you said it's my driving, I would be even more safer. I would go in the slow lane. I would let a bigger gap in the car in front of me catch up or like be farther away. You don't think I would?
You're such a liar. You're talking through your ass right now.
No.
Bro, you're such a liar.
How much do you love your wife? Like how
For,
hard
like-
how hard is it to just drive even more careful if your wife is
babe,
if you were having serious reactions in the passenger seat, like, yeah, it'd be frustrating, but you got to do what you got to do.
4 years of our relationship, you were the craziest asshole driver.
Yes.
And you think I enjoyed that? I always had visceral reactions to it. You never changed.
Well, I'm a different person now. I have
Okay.
changed. I drive
Such a hypocrite.
I drive slower now. I realized I was wrong back
Now?
then. Yeah.
Okay. But you were that person.
Okay, and if you had made a Reddit story about me and my driving back then, it would have been I was the asshole.
But it's not.
Well, I think he is. I think if he truly loved his wife and cared, like, my issue is the fact that she gets car sick in the back seat. So it's not just like, there's a reason that she can't be in the back seat and she had to be nauseous for 3 and 4 hours. Like, that's rude. Where you're like, what's the rush? It's already taken 3 to 4 hours. Like, what if it takes 4.5
But
hours?
how
Like,
do we know
just
that
be in the
he's
slow lane.
not already doing that? He's not
Do
already
it
being the
more.
safest he can be.
Do it, because if he couldn't be any more safe, then I don't think she'd be deflecting, saying it's the way you're driving. Like, just give more space. Just don't let the car in front of you be way farther in front of you. Keep a farther trailing distance. I feel like that's all you got to do. Like, she sees the brakes come on and she feels like she's going to hit him. Let the fucking car disappear. Like, all you have to do is stay farther away from that car.
Okay, so if the speed limit is 80
Yeah.
and she's nervous
Okay.
about going 80, you want him to go 50?
No, she didn't say we had to drive under the speed limit. She says she doesn't like how close he is to cars. So make a farther distance.
Okay.
And he's deflecting, saying, I've driven for years and I've driven in the snow and all this stuff and I know I'm a good driver. But how much harder? How much harder is it just to leave a little bit, just do what she says and just leave a little bit of extra distance? I don't think it takes that much more effort.
If only Denver 3 years ago could listen to you now. Like,
Denver 3 years ago wasn't married. Didn't have a wife.
Oh, but you had a long-term girlfriend. That's
Listen,
so
isn't something
different.
supposed to change when we get married?
I just think it's so ironic.
I agree with you.
Okay.
But I just
glad
think
you can recognize that.
you also have kids in the car. Like, how hard is it though to make a little adjustment and let the car in front of you go farther away?
I don't know. How hard is it, babe?
I would do it for you.
You didn't.
I do now. When you give me driving tips now, I listen.
Okay.
Don't I? Do
But
I or
you
do I not?
didn't.
Okay, right. Denver back then was wrong. Aren't people supposed to change? You should be good job. You changed. Yeah, like, I should be getting a round of applause for how much I've changed my driving.
I just think you should give him some grace, since you were once 10 times worse than this person.
She's 37, so he's got to be around that age. So like, if he was in his freaking 20s and he was dumb, it's whatever. But he's past that now.
Okay.
And he's got kids in the car. And I think
Jack.
it doesn't take that much effort to just let a little bit of a trailing distance increase.
Okay. Read the top comment.
Top comment, quote, your feelings matter, but you proved on the way home you can't control your actions, which is what I'm asking you to do. My request is not about feelings, but actions which make us unsafe. Edit to add because people seem to be a little unclear. Delivery on this one does matter. You can't just state it coldly and expect it to help. It has to come from a place of love. So I think he's saying that's what you should say.
Yeah. That's quoting. He's quoting.
Yeah. Okay, question. Does she grab the steering wheel when she feels like they're going to crash? Exactly. So no, she just sits over in the passenger seat and just goes, oh my God. Leave a larger trailing distance, dude. I don't know. I feel like that's where I'm at. I feel like that's the right thing to do instead of shoving your wife in the back seat who gets car sick. How would you feel it if I shoved you in the back seat and you also get car sick?
I wouldn't act like this.
If you were. What? I didn't drive like that years ago. So what if now when you get to 37, you do start acting like this? What if your anxiety catches up with you and you start acting like this when you're 37? People change over time. So what happens?
Stick me in the back seat.
Stick you in the back seat. You get car sick in the back seat. Wouldn't you want me to appreciate and respect your wishes and maybe leave a little bit of extra trailing distance? You obviously feel like it's my driving, which is driving your anxiety through the roof. Wouldn't you want me to appreciate you and listen to you?
Sure.
All right. I'm sorry. I'm trying really hard to convince you. I don't need to try super hard to convince you, but don't attack me on my side because I think their wife's got some validity over here.
Okay.
Somebody else replies to that and says, I have been the passenger in several accidents in my life, and honestly, it has given me several nervous responses anytime I am a passenger for others. Trying to stomp on an invisible brake, panic grabbing the safety handle over the door, giving panic orders when they're unneeded, etc. My wife is extremely patient with me about it, but I also work hard to control these outbursts. It was hard at first, hella hard. Sometimes it still is. One thing I've learned to focus on when I am high anxiety is breathing and relaxing each of my muscles. Forcing my eyes closed, focus on the radio or our conversation, basically try and meditate. Point is, you should never out your anxiety to the driver. That will only make their driving worse. Shocker. I don't know, I disagree.
We know that.
I disagree.
We fucking know.
I don't know.
Okay, moving on. This one comes from Today I Fucked Up, posted 4 days ago with 8.1 thousand upvotes. Today I fucked up by explaining my mom's job very, very wrong to my boyfriend's family. I am Brazilian, and when this happened in 2013, I had been living in Ireland for about 2 years. My English was good enough for everyday conversations, but my vocabulary was limited. The detail is important. This detail is important. This was the very first time I met my then boyfriend's parents. It was a Sunday lunch at his parents' house, nothing formal, but it still felt like a big moment. We had only just started dating, and I remember being extra careful, trying to be polite, charming, and generally not say anything stupid. I didn't know what kind of family they were yet, and even though I'd never personally experienced prejudice in Ireland for being Brazilian, I had friends who had, so I was very aware that this lunch could go badly. We were all sitting around the table eating and chatting when the friendly and expected interrogation started. Where I was from, how long I'd been in Ireland, how many siblings I had, all normal, all easy. I was starting to relax and feel like I was doing fine. Then someone asked, "So, what does your mom do for a living?" My mom is an artisan. She does crafts, scrapbooking, painting, handmade things. In Portuguese, you'd casually explain that by saying she works with her hands. My brain latched onto that phrase in Portuguese, did a terrible split-second translation, and before I could stop myself, I said very calmly, "Oh, she does hand jobs." The reaction was immediate. My father-in-law and brother-in-law burst out laughing. Not confused laughter, not delayed laughter, instant, uncontrollable laughter. My boyfriend laughed too, torn between laughing and trying to keep a straight face. At the same moment they started laughing, I realized what I just said. My brain finally caught up and went, "You just told them your mother gives hand jobs for a living." I was mortified. I wanted to cry right there at the table. My face was burning and my English completely disappeared. My boyfriend tried to break the laughter and the silence and said something like, "She means her mom is an artisan. She works with crafts, scrapbooking, painting." The mother-in-law and sister-in-law immediately jumped in as well and shut it down, saying it was obvious what I meant, that it wasn't funny and to stop. I appreciated them more than I can properly explain. Lunch continued. I survived, barely. Fast forward 11 years of marriage and 12 years of knowing them. I love them dearly, and yes, the story has now become part of our family's Christmas tradition. Every Christmas at some point, someone brings up the hand jobs incident. I can laugh about it now, but the first Sunday sitting at that table, I was convinced I had just completely embarrassed myself beyond recovery. Glad I didn't. There's one last part of the story I've never told my mom. She absolutely adores my husband's family, even though they don't speak the same language at all, and I know that if she heard the story, she'd be mortified. So for now, the story lives with us, Reddit, and the Christmas table, but not with her.
Jeez. Little language barrier mess up there, but
That's hilarious.
that's pretty hilarious.
Oh my gosh. She does hand jobs.
She does hand jobs.
That's funny.
That is funny.
Top comment says, quote, the mother-in-law and sister-in-law immediately jumped in as well and shut it down, saying it was obvious what I meant, that it wasn't funny and to stop. I would have to disagree. It was obvious what you meant, but it was funny.
Yeah, hilarious.
I don't think it was obvious what she meant.
Yeah, maybe not.
She does hand jobs? How does that equal artisan?
Happy ending massages.
But that's not the same thing as an artisan.
No.
Chuck is going nuts. He saw squirrelers.
Be where the hand jobs are. Squirrel or a leaf. Jack is loving all these windows.
So I would have to disagree that it's obvious. I don't think it's obvious.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good one, though.
Really funny.
All right, and that brings an end to the best of the week. That's episode 124 for ThreadTalk Podcast.
Wow.
Appreciate you guys coming over. If you guys are on YouTube, please help support us. Subscribe, smash the like button, and don't forget we got bonus episodes, bonus stories coming on Sunday for Patreon. So come check out our Patreon. We appreciate all the support you guys are bringing us on Patreon, and come join the fun time over there.
Yes, we also have new merch.
New merch. Jack and Luna t-shirts are live on the website now, so get yours now.
They're so cute. They're so cute.
They
I love
are
them.
very cute, yeah.
Our stars over here.
Stars of the show. We got both of them now. Jack's tail's going wild.
Yeah. But other than that,